Oh boy, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. I'm happy I'm alive to get to watch Dragon Ball Super episodes like that one. Jeez Louise, that was crazy. That was crazy. Listen, I wanted Ultra Instinct Vegeta. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted Ultra Instinct Vegeta, but I'm pretty damn happy with what I got. Listen, this is gonna be one of those reviews. I'm gonna try my best to keep it all together, but I could already feel it inside of me right now. I'm a little bit too hyped. I'm going to try not to yell or any of that crazy stuff, but I can tell you, Jesus, that was a good episode of Dragon Ball Super. I think that might even be better than 122, and 122 was crazy. Jesus, that was a good episode of Dragon Ball Super. Let's take a second to honor the bravery of my man Goku. Don't worry, Vegeta's coming, everybody's coming, but there's one scene that I want to highlight before I get into this review, where Jiren is walking through the mines that Goku put on the floor. And Jiren is just coming through like a monster, like a machine. And Goku powered up and charged him anyway. Let's take a second to honor Goku for that. And now, let's hop into this review. Before we go any further though, let me say this. Guys, my name is Dooley. You could find me at youtube.com/Dooley. But you won't just find me. You'll find a community of 21,000 plus people who enjoy Dragon Ball Super. We're becoming a little big family, and you are welcome to join. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button below this video or by clicking the link in the description. That aside, let us hop into my review of episode 123 of Dragon Ball Super, titled Body and Soul Full Power Release, Goku and Vegeta. If you can't already tell, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed the living hell out of this episode, but I'm getting ahead of myself, so let me tell you what happened. The episode starts right where 122 left off. Vegeta is still on the floor. I thought he had passed out, he was unconscious, but he never went unconscious. Let it be known that Vegeta-sama, Vegeta Sensei, never went unconscious from Jiren's attack. Goku runs over to Vegeta. We get a really cool scene from Jiren, who acknowledges Vegeta as a warrior. He turns his back, pretty much saying good try. We get the first real piece of comedy I've seen this entire tournament from Zeno. I thought that was funny. I don't know who else thought that was funny, but I did. Zeno turns his back and he's imitating Jiren, folding his arms and saying warrior, and the other Zeno is cheering him on. I thought that was hilarious. Goku helps Vegeta over to a rock and then decides that it's his turn to go up against Jiren. And this is where the episode really begins. Before we go any further though, I want to take a second to talk about something, because I made a video, a theory video about Jiren's intention in this tournament, and it's one of the biggest videos on my channel, and I feel like Jiren's actions in this episode heavily reinforce that theory, which is Jiren is not the enemy of Universe 7, in that he is not interested in eliminating Vegeta and Goku. That moment where he folded his arms and called Vegeta a warrior, did you guys get the feeling that he was foaming at the mouth to eliminate Vegeta? It felt more, to be honest, that he was an ally to me than an enemy. So let me just say this before I go any further. Hashtag Jiren for Nakama. But the episode continues with Goku starting his assault on Jiren. And right away, Goku had a plan. His plan was to get in close to Jiren with instant transmission and use his ki to create tiny little mines on the floor. And that's exactly what Goku did. He kept teleporting into Jiren, taking one or two punches, but leaving bits of his ki on the floor. The idea being that when Jiren takes his next step, Goku's ki can explode and hopefully cause some serious damage to Jiren. Well, Jiren steps on one of the mines according to Goku's plan, but he was able to easily escape the explosion. He jumps above it and was preparing for an attack on Goku. This is where Goku decides to use Krillin's favorite ability, the Destructo Disc. He made a big Destructo Disc and threw it at Jiren, and while the disc was traveling, Goku used his ki to split the disc into many smaller Destructo Discs to attack Jiren from all different directions. I'm sure I don't need to tell you guys that this didn't work, but the thing I remember most about this scene is Jiren catching one of the Destructo Discs in his hand. No one seems to have told him that that was supposed to slice right through his hand. He just caught it. He caught it like it was a baseball, like a frisbee, and threw it right back at Goku. The disc slid through this giant rock that Goku was standing on and landed in a way to leave half the rock on the platform. Jiren then landed on that rock, and him and Goku continued their fight. Jiren lands a devastating blow on Goku and then declares that the fight is over, but right when it looks like Goku may be down for the count, it turns out that Goku was thinking 5 steps ahead and still controlling his Destructo Disc. He used them to slice the rocks that Jiren were standing on, which conveniently were over the edge of the platform. He then teleported above Jiren and kicked him into the abyss. And I want to stop here for a second, guys, because I want to acknowledge Goku's genius. Goku is a fool in day-to-day life. He plays around a lot. He doesn't take a lot seriously. And I think because of that, a lot of people forget that Goku is a martial artist genius. He is a genius level fighter. And this move against Jiren really, in my opinion, demonstrates that. But more importantly, it demonstrates the desperation. It demonstrates that Goku is trying everything, every trick up his sleeve. He is trying it, and I really appreciate that. But back to the fight. While falling into the abyss, we all know Jiren isn't going to go out like that. He activates his red aura, jump on the fallen rocks, and lands back on the platform. And now he's mad, guys, because Goku just used some cheap trick to try and knock him off the platform. Now he's mad. He starts walking through Goku's landmines like they were nothing. This is the scene I was talking about at the beginning. Those mines that Goku put on the floor, those explosions, Jiren is just walking through them as if they didn't exist. And real quick, this scene, I think, is a bit more evidence to another theory I have, which is Jiren can at times use the energy and attacks of others to fuel himself. He can also redirect that energy if he wants. I'll link that video in a card if you want to check it out. But back to this review, Jiren is walking through these landmines. Both Goku and Vegeta are just in awe of how powerful this guy really is. But instead of shying away, Goku powers up and charges right at Jiren. I don't care what you think of Goku. I don't care if you think he's one-dimensional, or he gets too much shine, or he overshadows Vegeta, or whatever it is. You cannot deny the fact that Goku has heart. You just can't. He charges Jiren, and guys, for a good second, it looked like Goku was managing to keep up. I think that exchange between Goku and Jiren pretty much confirms that Goku received a Zenkai boost in this tournament. Because in that exchange, base Super Saiyan Blue Goku is fighting with Jiren with his red aura and doing a pretty good job. Whereas before, Kaioken Goku got dominated by Jiren's eyes. Anyway, let's keep going. Jiren stops for a second and throws a serious One Punch Man punch at Goku. Goku manages to dodge it, but the force, the shock, the impact from it left Goku so surprised that he dropped Super Saiyan Blue. Jiren's attack was so impressive that Goku was pretty much just in awe. I've never seen that happen to Goku before. Then Jiren fired an assault of these powerful attacks, hitting Goku all over his body. And again, Goku acknowledges just how strong Jiren is. He said, "I have never taken an attack that powerful." And this is coming from a man who's taken attacks from Beerus, Whis, etc. At this point, Goku is barely on his feet, but he tells Jiren he cannot give up. And this is where Vegeta stands up and echoes the same thing. Vegeta tells Jiren that no matter what, he cannot lose to him. Flashing over to Frieza versus Dispo. Dispo is still in control of that fight because of his speed, but it seems like he managed to do little to no damage to Frieza. So although he can outspeed Frieza and Frieza can't really damage him, it seems as if he is not really damaging Frieza either. Over to Gohan and Android 17 versus Toppo. Those guys are still scrapping. Android 17 comes up with a plan to get close to Toppo and put himself in his shield with Toppo while Gohan tries to knock both of them off. Let's just say Gohan tried and it didn't work. They got Toppo really close to the edge, but it didn't work. Now back over to Vegeta and Goku versus Jiren. Both Goku and Vegeta proclaim that they cannot lose no matter what, and we get one of the most epic scenes I've ever seen in all of Dragon Balldom. I'm talking Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super. It starts with a close-up of Goku and Vegeta, which I'm likely going to make the thumbnail of this video. Then the two Saiyans start to power up, start giving it their all. Goku unleashes his full power, which is Super Saiyan Blue plus Kaioken. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we got what we've all been waiting for. Vegeta unleashes his new form, which according to Krillin is the form that breaks his limits. I'm gonna have to go ahead and call it Limit Breaker. If you want to disagree with me, you're gonna have to disagree with Krillin first. That's all I'm saying. Krillin is the one who said it, not me. Limit Breaker Vegeta appears. I thought it was super interesting that when Vegeta was powering up, he thought of his promise to Kaba. I think this pretty much confirms that Planet Sadala arc is coming next. There is just no way that that scene is there for no reason. It's coming next. But I have to say, I am surprised that that is what he thought of over Bulma, over his newborn baby, over Trunks, etc. Either way, we get Vegeta's new form. I feel a little weird calling it Limit Breaker, so we're gonna stick with Super Saiyan Blue 2 for now. And the two Saiyans start an assault on Jiren. This is the first time, guys, where we legitimately see Jiren get the business for more than 2 seconds. They put in some work on Jiren together, and it wasn't a situation where they just damaged him for a couple seconds and then he powered up and shut them down. It was not that. They damaged Jiren, they scrapped with Jiren, then jumped away, and Jiren just had to pick himself up out of the rocks. We've never seen that before. Vids explains that one of the reasons why Vegeta and Goku's attack was effective was because they actually don't work well together, and it's throwing Jiren off. Jiren stands up ready for round 2, and that is where the episode ends. Dope. Super dope. Well executed. One of the best episodes of the entire series, and it's so amazing to be able to say that for a second week in a row. Amazing. I am going to be working on a preview review real soon because Gohan is going off. Gohan is going off in the next episode, and I can't wait to talk about that. Either way though, that is it for me. What did you guys think of this episode of Dragon Ball Super? Did you enjoy it? Are we on the same page? Do you think that this is one of the best episodes of Dragon Ball Super, period? If you do, leave it in the comments and let me know. Guys, as usual, my name is Dooley. Preview reviews coming soon. #DudeCrew. Thank you for checking out this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.